But this is a very short video to tell you how I did the making, or how I did the clone fight scene. Tripods were the ones who held the camera up. I used motion on in my computer softwares to have the camera moving around and whatnot. The only help that I received was when I had to have someone press the button. Here you go, 5, 4. Now the reason I did that was because, well, first of all, I was making that Alien movie with these clones and never finished. But I had built that green screen, and I really wanted to, because I had recently upgraded my blue screen to a real true chroma green screen, and I wanted to really test it out and learn how to use it, because green screens have really intrigued me over my filmmaking career. Now, this is really quickly how I did that. Was I used strings actually coming down from the ceiling. So, for example, I'd be right here, and I'd be maybe the real me versus the clone, and I'd actually have a string touching the brim of my nose, and I'd sit there and I'd be swinging, blah blah blah, and I'd kind of bootleg choreograph it with the other clone, and so then this string is here, and then there'd be another string hanging down where the clone was supposed to be, and then after I'd do that, I'd swing over, put on the clone gear, and then I'd play the clone, kind of swinging and dodging and blah blah blah, and then using editing, you piece the two of them together. So basically, the real trick behind it was strings. I used strings, and then, for example, the scene where I hit the gun out of the clone's hand, or the clone hits the gun out of my hand, there was just a string for my head, a string for where his head was, and then there was a string in the middle where it was, and then we kind of just do my thing for both characters, and then you edit it together. Now it's very tricky though, because you gotta film yourself doing the one thing, and then you gotta watch it a couple times, and then when you're playing the other character, you got to really visualize him right in front of you. You really have to see him right in front of you, and you have to see exactly what he's doing. And I did that when I was 14, 15 years old, and so that's what came out of it. That's basically how I did the clone fight scene. The new clone fight scene is pretty tight. You should check that out.